There is a person you cannot stop thinking about. You didn't choose them, and you didn't summon them. They simply live in you, beneath the noise of ordinary thought, surfacing in songs, in scents, or in strangers who walk the exact same way they did. For centuries, we have called this love, or grief, or longing. But what if memory was never just a thought? What if certain people are not remembered, but inhabited? Modern neuroscience is beginning to confirm what mystics have known for thousands of years. The people who shape us do not fade. They don't become memory. They become state. They become architecture. They become part of the very frequency through which we perceive reality itself. And there is a sentence Jesus spoke on a mountain in Galilee, 2,000 years before any brain scan was possible, that suddenly makes physical sense. He said, "I am with you always, not I will think of you, not remember me." He says, with. He was not promising memory. He was describing a state of being, the exact same state that science is now beginning to measure in the laboratory. The same state that explains why some people never truly leave you, even when they are gone. Take a breath. Open your mind. Because today, we are going to decode the physics of love that does not break. For most of the 20th century, neuroscience treated memory as a single system. You experience something, your brain stores it, and you retrieve it later, like a filing cabinet. Then, in 2010, the British psychologist Chris Braden published research that broke that model in half. He showed that the human brain operates with at least two distinct memory systems running in the parallel. The first is verbal, conscious memory, the kind you can describe with words. Things like, "I went to the store yesterday," or "I saw my friend last Tuesday." That is the memory most people think of when they think of memory. But there is a second system entirely. Braden called it situationally accessible memory. It doesn't operate through words, and it doesn't respond to conscious commands. It activates through sensation, through emotion, or through cues that bypass your decision-making completely. This second system is where the people you cannot forget actually live. When someone has marked you, a parent, a love, a friend, or someone who shaped your soul, they are not stored in the verbal memory like a simple fact. They are encoded into the deeper architecture, a place your conscious mind cannot directly reach, which is why you can't simply decide to stop thinking about them. The trigger doesn't pass through your will, it moves underneath it. A song plays, a scent arrives, or a stranger walks by with the exact same posture they had, and suddenly they are present, not as a memory you summoned, but as a presence that arrived. The hippocampus, the amygdala, the ventromedial prefrontal cortex. These regions of your brain don't just store information about the people who marked you. They keep them active, operational, and available. Joe Dispenza describes this as the body becoming a record of the emotion that shaped it. The cells themselves remember, and the nervous system itself carries the imprint. Braden goes even further. He calls the field that connects all consciousness the divine matrix, a living web where every relationship leaves a permanent signature. Never lost, never deleted, simply waiting to be felt again. You do not carry the people you love as memory. You carry them as frequency, as architecture, as state. Now turn to the final verse of the Gospel of Matthew. Jesus is on a mountain in Galilee. He has just been resurrected, and he is about to leave his disciples physically. Yet in that exact moment, he delivers one of the most precise descriptions of consciousness ever spoken. "I'm with you always, even to the end of the age." Read that carefully. He does not say, "I will think of you." He doesn't say, "Remember me," or "I will send you signs." He says, "with." For 2,000 years, theologians have read this as poetic comfort, a beautiful spiritual promise. But notice the precision of the language. He uses the present tense. I am, not I will be. It's the exact same construction he used when he declared, before Abraham was, I am. This is not a promise of memory. This is a description of state. He wasn't asking to be remembered. He was describing a presence that does not require summoning, one that doesn't depend on your awareness. It is a state of co-location at the deepest level of consciousness, the exact same level where the people who marked you are with you right now, woven into the very architecture of how you see the world. The Apostle Paul understood this. In Galatians, he wrote, "It is no longer I who live, but Christ who lives in me." He didn't say Christ inspires me or Christ guides me. He said, lives in me. Read that through what neuroscience is now confirming. Paul wasn't describing a feeling of inspiration. He was describing co-location. Two consciousnesses occupying the same physical space. Two frequencies harmonizing in a single instrument. The mystics of the early church called this habitation, the indwelling. They taught that a soul which has truly received Christ does not carry him as memory or as theology. It carries him the exact same way you carry the people who love you most, as a structural part of who you are. 2,000 years before fMRI machines, 2,000 years before Bruin, 2,000 years before anyone could measure the field that holds us. So here is what this means for you. The person you cannot stop thinking about, the one who mocked you, the one woven into how you experience the world, that is not a malfunction of memory. It is the architecture of love, made visible. But there is something deeper. Because the same field that holds them is the field that holds him, and the exact same frequency that allows you to carry the people you love without effort is the frequency that has been carrying you all along, even when you didn't feel it. You don't have to summon him, you don't have to remember him, and you don't have to perform the relationship. He said it himself. I am with you always. Not as memory, not as theology, as state. In the exact same way, the people who shaped you most are with you right now, present beneath your conscious access, woven into how you see the world. The one who promised to be with you always is exactly that present. You simply stopped noticing. Stopped telling yourself you are alone. The science is finally catching up to what he already said. You are not waiting for connection. You are the architecture in which connection lives. You are the field through which love moves, and the frequency that never breaks. And the one who walked the earth 2,000 years ago is not far, and he is not waiting somewhere else. He is here, in the exact same place the people you love most live inside of you. Closer than memory, closer than thought, closer than your own breath. If this shifted how you see reality, consider subscribing to the channel as we continue to explore the space where science and the sacred meet. And remember, it was promised directly to you.